Hey friends, anybody else like gumbo, love gumbo, but don't have time for the process? Yeah, this is your recipe. This is it. I am making gumbo today, and I'm starting with these sausages. If I can get them open. Okay. So I like a piece of sausage in every little bite. So what I do is slice it in the middle, then slice one half, like slit it down the middle, and then I chop that up. So today I'm using pork sausage, but you can also use beef. I mean, I guess you can use chicken. It's not my taste palette to put chicken in gumbo, but you sure can. Do your thing, boo. Do you. But yeah, I'm using pork sausage today, and I use the same brand in beef, and it's just as bomb. OMG, just as bomb. So we'll take the other half and do the same thing. Slit right down the middle, and then we're going to chop it up into smaller pieces. So your girl has made this before the long way, making the roux, waiting until it turn brown, adding the veggies, getting your stock together. And honestly, it took me all day, and I had so many dishes. This recipe, using this gumbo base I'm going to show y'all shortly, is so much simpler, so much faster, and it comes together so easy. I also prefer the taste over when I made it twice, so yeah. Let's get into these veggies. We're just going to slice this onion up, and the same way I sliced the peppers. Now, remember my last video? Yeah, those peppers, still got them. Still in a container, and I'm going to use them in this dish. I told you, we got to work smarter, not harder. I don't got time for that. So that's just me chopping the onions, pulling them apart, and I want to put them in with my pepper so that I can just add it to the pan in one fell swoop. Is it fell swoop? English. OMG friends, I got a new food processor. It looks exactly the same as the last one. However, this one is way more powerful. I love this one way more than the last one. It's already chipped, and that definitely was on me, but I hope it don't break down, child. I use this to chop garlic when I have a lot of garlic to use, and it worked perfectly. Perfectly. It's a little bit I chopped up earlier. Alright, y'all, to make this dish even more heartier than it already is, I'm also going to be adding shrimp. I believe shrimp go in gumbo anyway, but you'll get what I mean. And I feel like this is the only time that you're going to use these large raw shrimps that's peeled and deveined with no tail on them. I feel like each thing has its own significance. And I wouldn't be able to use these in like a shrimp scampi to me because they don't give the same girth as like a colossal shrimp. So when I have shrimp like this in my house, I put this in gumbo. I put it in something more like a soup base because they're better that way to me. Like I would use a colossal shrimp with a tail on it to do a shrimp scampi. So you also see they were frozen. So I put them into a bowl of water and then just let them defrost in that. So here is the gumbo base we're going to be using. It's so funny. This caught my eye in H Mart where I get my seafood, and I just had to grab it and try it. That was like 2 years ago. So this is the Cajun Gate gumbo base. It is Louisiana brand. I'm just reading the back for the instructions because it says you can use either 2 quarts of cold water or 2 quarts of chicken stock. I feel like the best flavor is when you cook it with chicken stock. However, if I'm making like 2 or 3 bags at a time, I'm going to do half chicken stock, half water. So this is me adding in my chicken stock. Can anybody tell me the difference between chicken stock and chicken broth? Because I buy them interchangeably but use them for the same purpose and reason every time I get them. I don't know. Okay, so one of these containers is 32 ounces, so I would need 2 of these or a quart of water. Here I just added in 2 of the chicken stocks. So I added in my packet of gumbo base, which is basically just a powder. And my trick for this is to mix the water or chicken broth with the packet of powder first. So pour it in there, whisk it really, really good, get it well combined so there's no lumps. Because I find that it cooks better like this rather than boiling your water first and then adding in the packet. So yeah, take that tip. Now before I season these shrimps, let's get into this commercial break. We are having our Valentine's Day sale. Valentine's Day is literally next Tuesday. You gotta get in and gotta get it now. You're gonna get our tennis bracelet, our tennis ring, and our tennis earrings for only $90. And what I'm doing, because my boys are going to the Super Bowl, I'm adding an additional 10% off with code EAGLES. EAGLELS. Let's go, Eagles. Okay, so let's get into seasoning these shrimps. We're gonna start off with some pepper. Then we're gonna do garlic powder, Old Bay seasoning, a little bit of cayenne because we like a little spice over here, some onion powder, and some paprika. I'm mixing it well to combine, and then you're going to see me cook these on the stove in just a little bit. Come on, you know the vibe. Olive oil in a pan, add some butter, melt that butter down. Then we get our shrimps in here. So friends, I don't think I ever told you this or explained this to you, but I like making my meat on the side and then adding it to what I'm cooking, especially for this gumbo and things like seafood boils. I know people just throw the shrimp in the seafood boil and let it boil and it's cooked. Cool. However, I don't like the texture of shrimp like that. So I applied that same concept to when I make my gumbo. I cook my shrimp on the side, I cook my sausage on the side, but you're going to see in a minute with the peppers. All to give it its own flavor, to give it its own texture, so that when I'm eating the gumbo, I'm not just like, oh, this is soup. I'm like, oh no, this is a shrimp. This is a sausage, because it all has its own flavor, its own texture, and I can actually tell what I'm eating, even though I'm eating a colossal of different things, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I finished my shrimps, and in the same pot, I'm adding in my chopped sausage, my bell peppers, my onions, some olive oil, salt, and pepper. And I'm just going to cook these down a bit before I add it to my gumbo. Okay, so I did cover it and then I let it do its thing. You know, get those onions translucent, get those peppers a little soft, and get some crisp on them sausages. So once I got that how I like it, I'm going to add in some garlic and then let that get fragrant, and then we're just about done. So I worked that in a bit. I know I shook this pan at least twice. And then we're going to add in our shrimps to this just to get everything here combined. Okay, so finally I just added in some dried parsley leaves to give it some color. I can't believe I almost let it overflow again. This ain't the mess of my stove last time. Okay, so for the big ta-da, we're going to get our broth ready to receive all this goodness. So I'm just going to literally add in my entire pan. The peppers, the sausage, the shrimp, the seasonings, the juices, the oil, whatever was left in that pan is going in this gumbo. And just look how pretty that is. OMG. I always burn my pan. I don't like these pans like that. And that's my gumbo recipe. That's how a busy mom, career woman with 2 businesses and a YouTube channel gets it done on a weekday at that. This gumbo is so good. I pair it with rice and add some scallions on top. And then I want a little more spice, I add some more cayenne pepper. OMG. This is so good. I might make this again soon as well, because I've been eating it in my spirit, okay? Wait, before y'all leave me, I was trying to explain to my nephew Deuces what gumbo was, and I was like, it's like a soup, like a stew, but thinner, but like I don't know. How would you guys explain gumbo to a 12-year-old? Because I really didn't do a good job, I don't think. I was calling it the soup, so is gumbo soup? Y'all gotta let me know in the comments. Look at that. So bomb, so good, so hearty, so rich, so flavorful. Like, I be doing that. Babe, your food done? Babe, your food done?